Catholic Archbishop of Ibadan Archdiocese, Most Rev'd Gabriel Abegunrin, has called for collaborative efforts for sustainable actions towards the preservation of the ecosystem. Abegunrin disclosed this in Ibadan at an event organized to commemorate the 2023 International Biodiversity Day. The event was organized by GIS Consult in collaboration with the Dominican community to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Dominican Chapel and the 700th anniversary of the canonization of St. Thomas Aquinas. Abegunrin said that the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria had begun the drive towards the conservation of biodiversity of the ecosystem with the mandate of planting 20,000 trees yearly by each diocese.
This is to say that, first of all, we want to curb, we want to stop this desertization, the expansion of desert. We want to stop it. Again, to make the soil rich. If there are plants on it, the soil will generate what our food we need to eat. Then another thing is, wherever there is a lot of green, oxygen is very plentiful there. So maybe the reason why some people are dropping dead, maybe they lack oxygen. Food also will be plentiful when we plant things. So a lot of gains behind it that human beings benefit from. And now we are saying that when that lady was giving her talk, I saw that over 1 billion people are suffering hunger in the world. So these are the kind of things that we alleviate this hunger. So we all can bend down, do something, and our soil is rich enough, very rich. So I think it's a big exercise for all of us to do.
In his address, the chairman, GIS Consult and president of Nigeria Institute for Soil Science, Abuja, Professor Ayoade Ogunkunle, advocated for knowledge sharing and education of the populace to reduce human activities that destroy the ecosystem.
People like us who have the knowledge of the way the ecosystem is being destroyed should take it upon ourselves, because of the love of this nation, to make sure that those who are practicing, all right, particularly people who are dealing with the ground, the soil, the farmers and others who clear, road makers, all right, they should know that soils they are of different qualities, and the best quality should be reserved.
In his presentation, the Agro-Biodiversity Conservation Project Coordinator and Chief Executive Officer, GIS Consult, Mr. David Afolayan, said the UN expected that all those who signed COP15 would move from agreement to action.
We identified this community as a biodiversity rich environment, and in their celebration they have agreed that we build back biodiversity. They have trees that are on ground. We are naming and tagging them, and we are putting them on a digital platform which will enrich the knowledge of a lot of young people that are coming who will see this on different platforms that are there. And we are engaging various scientific bodies who are collaborating with us, who are bringing in detailed knowledge about our environment.
In his keynote address, Dr. Timothy Ajiboye of the National Center for Genetic Resources and Biotechnology reiterated the importance of biodiversity to humans and the environment, health and medicine, as well as preservation of land degradation and food production.
When you talk about biodiversity, it includes microorganisms, it includes fauna, which are animals, and it includes flora, which are plants. They are all important. They are all important for our well-being. We should try to protect our environment, plant a tree today, and ensure the safety of our environment.
Also, the president of the Society for Conservation of Biology, Dr. Adedotun Afolayan, said the commemoration of the day was a call to action to bring back the lost biodiversity.
Everybody must be on deck. International Convention of Biodiversity, they are calling everyone for us to, work together to move to save biodiversity, whether they are the threatened one, according to IUCN classification, whether they are the endangered one, whether they are the critically endangered one. We are all called to save it, and it starts from little actions.
In his remarks, the prior Dominican community Ibadan, Father Paul Agbome, had this to say.
As a community, we're trying to tap into the United Nations charter concerning biodiversity. So today, we're not just only speaking principles, we're actually putting in work. So the significance is to preserve indigenous crops that help the ecosystem here.
Also, the Master of Students, Dominican Province of St. Joseph the Walker, Nigeria and Ghana, said it was important for people to be deliberate about tree planting.